Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. This is Dream Another Day Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for whoever needs to hear it. Please keep in mind these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate with you. Just take what does and leave the rest for somebody else. Please also keep in mind that gender is fluid in tarot, so just place yourself where you fit, and I will use gender neutral language as much as possible in order to make my readings more inclusive. And you can find all the rest of my disclaimers, sorry if that made any noise, in the description box below. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say my affirmations and then get into these cards real quick. Okay, interesting, very interesting. Thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful, and we know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide the collective spirit for their highest good, and please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay, big ballin', baby. I just did a reading over on TikTok, and if you're not following me over there, you should. There's a lot of congruency. They're much shorter readings if you're into that. You can also find me on Instagram. I put everything on Instagram as well. That's also where you will reach me for a personal reading if you're interested in that. But this came up in the TikTok reading, basically saying that you have blessings on the way, but there may just be some challenges between where you are right now and where you are going to be very shortly, okay? And one of those challenges can be, discomfort because you're kind of letting go of the old and embracing and bringing in the new. You could also be going through a little bit of transition in relationship, or, it's like you're kind of maybe encountering just a little bit of challenge, okay? Because maybe this is something you've had to work really hard for, or you've had to wait for it, or you're just not sure, you don't see the way forward. So it can be challenging, but Spirit is saying, don't be afraid, okay? 9 of Wands in reverse. It's almost like, first off, don't give up, okay? But also don't be so high-strung and defensive, because you may be kind of like blocking out other people or trying to block other people's energy, and that can potentially be blocking your blessings. So you need to work on that, okay? That's just what's coming up. I'm going to pull some more cards in a minute, but I just want to read what's on the table. So Queen of Pentacles, okay. We have the Two of Cups coming out in reverse. Now, don't freak out. This is not a bad omen about love. It could just be that maybe your love life is, I don't want to say suffering right now, but it's almost like maybe this is something that you don't have in your life. And if that isn't the case for you, stick around. This might still be your reading, but this is just talking about challenges in relationship, okay? Now, again, it could be because maybe you just don't have a kind of intimate relationship like this, or maybe you do and it's kind of going through some challenges, or it's something that you have never had, or something that you don't want anymore. It could be all over the map. I'm getting like a lot of messages. Okay, the Empress. The Empress is all about attracting abundance, okay? By being good to yourself, okay? Loving yourself and loving others, and kind of being a little bit more nurturing, coming off with a little bit more kind of kindness and generosity, okay? The Empress is very much like, unconditional love, right? Excuse me about that. Unconditional love and abundance basically being cultivated, okay? This is about cultivation, all right, and harvest after cultivation. So that's kind of like the energy here of this reading. We also have the 5 of Wands in reverse. This is talking about letting go of conflict, releasing conflict, okay? Maybe putting down the battle axe, okay? This is about putting down the sword and chilling out a little bit when it comes to aggression, competitive streaks, any kind of energy you may be having of like resentment, frustration, anger. These are all emotions that I feel like are not really going to be serving you in this next chapter, okay? I feel like they're just going to weigh you down, and I feel like you kind of already know that. And so maybe part of this is letting go also of past relationships that didn't go well, and that, you're kind of turning your back on that, so to speak, if you can see that. So this is kind of almost like letting go of that 5 of Cups energy. This is kind of what's coming through. And so the next you have the 2 of Swords. Again, can't see the way forward. You may be kind of being somewhat defensive and blocking your heart, trying to protect yourself, but all it does is prevent you from being able to see the possibilities that are right in front of you for the future, okay? All right. Now, if you are resonating, please do hit that like button, drop me a comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I do have a goal here. Look, Queen of Wands in reverse, again with that kind of like, this is like very much reminding me of the TikTok reading I just did. This is like a little bit of maybe lacking self-confidence, because there have been some challenges in your life, perhaps, and then also maybe challenges moving forward, trying to get to where you want to go. And so you may be kind of reaching this level of like, you know, where it's like, you just need to rest, relax, chill. You know, maybe this isn't the time to necessarily be, it's okay if you don't feel your best. Okay. It's okay if you don't feel like you're in control. Maybe this is part of the lesson you're learning, is that, you know, sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down, you know, and you're just realizing that life is a series of ebb and flow. Sometimes you have, sometimes you don't, you know. And so I think part of the journey is recognizing that no matter what's going on in your external world, you always have this internal abundance, okay, of love and joy. Look at that. I split the deck right to the star. This is all about connection with your higher self, healing, connection with spirit, balance, right? Connection with your higher purpose, okay? This is good energy. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's pull a couple more cards here. Ooh, Justice card. Yeah, I feel like everything will be made right. Everything will be made whole. And I feel like things will come back into balance. But like I said, maybe there's just been some challenges. And part of the thing is that justice comes in when there's been injustice, right? Justice is when something has been wrong, okay? And then we're making it right, okay? That's the point of justice, I feel like. Ace of Swords in reverse. This is about having a challenging time seeing the way forward. Again, this idea of, kind of lack of clarity or lack of knowledge, right? One second, y'all. I just need a drink of something. But lack of clarity, lack of knowledge, lack of truth, okay? Excuse me. This could be about deception. Maybe you've been a victim of deception, okay? Or maybe some information has been withheld from you. And I feel like there's some kind of legal thing going on here. Knight of Wands, okay? Things are about to move forward quickly, okay? Eight of Pentacles, because you've been working on this. I feel like because you have been putting in the work here in life in general, I feel like that's really going to be like, it's going to work out in your favor. I'm getting like, if it's a legal thing, then it's like, maybe it has to do with like payment history. I don't know. It's like really specific. Emperor. Okay. So this is talking about being back in charge in your life. Okay. I feel like whoever screwed up here also, by the way, this is kind of coming out as like, it's moving away from the rest of the cards when it's on the spread. So it's almost like trying to escape justice, right? Somebody trying to run away from the issue that maybe they caused. You know what I mean? Seriously. Yeah, I feel like something happened here that rocked your confidence here. Or kind of like stopped you, prevented you from moving forward with the amount of clarity and power that you really deserve. Okay, that really was kind of like your birthright in a way. And when I say birthright, I mean it was something that was bestowed upon you, from the time that you were basically like conceptualized as a being, you know what I mean? And when I say that, I just mean that you were predisposed with somewhat of a powerful spirit and this advantage in life, I feel like. And then someone came along and fucked that up because of their little fucking fuck energy. Excuse my language. And maybe this is part of what you're letting go of, is this resentment. Because you're like, basically, like if you all follow me at all or watch my other readings, things like this come up, and there's definitely like overcoming, okay, challenges and obstacles that other people have put in your way is something that comes up on this channel. And I think it's for a very important reason, because a lot of times in life, it's like due to other people's ignorance or selfishness or ego, or just for their entertainment. I mean, it's really messed up, y'all, but sometimes people just straight up will come in and destroy your fucking life. And this literally happens in so many regards It's a devastating thing. It's very challenging to come back from. It's very challenging to forgive. It's challenging to let it go, to regain your sense of self. You know what I mean? Your confidence, your life. I feel like you've been working to rebuild your life here. Okay, but it's been really hard because you've been rebuilding your life from a place of protection, self-protection, and trauma, you know? And it's like you're just trying to let this go, you know what I mean, and move forward. And 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is what you deserved. This is what you deserved the whole time. Okay, in case you didn't know. You know, so this is part of the justice that's happening now, is that I feel like, you know, you're being given the opportunity to forgive and heal and let this go and gain clarity here. Look at this. This is like all the pain that it's caused you, all the anxiety, the sleepless nights. It's like that's about to be remedied. Okay, that's about to be made right again. Okay, I'm really getting that. And I feel like it could be through a variety of things. It could be through, you know, healing through relationship and through community, right? With the Three of Cups. This is about, you know, being able to move on, basically, finally, you know, because it has been a hard time coming. Look at that. Releasing yourself from these chains and that devil energy, which is really, you know, pain, suffering, fear, anger, anguish, you know, possessiveness. I'm just getting like a lot of words. Yeah, power struggles, ego, wanting to be in control. I'm hearing like a lot. Wanting to be angry, thinking anger makes you righteous. A lot of things. But it just keeps you bound. It keeps you under. It keeps you, you know, actually, ironically, controlled. I mean, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's ironic. Because the more you want to control things, the more that you lose control. Look at that. The High Priestess in reverse. It's cut you off from your deeper, higher knowledge, you know? And it really was unfair. And I feel like that's part of why you've been so angry and so, you know, it's been so hard to heal from this. But I mean, look at, I feel like that there's a opportunity for healing, opportunity for community and abundance coming in here, but you may have just been holding on to this, and I feel like now it's time to let go. Look at that. Again, Page of Swords came out in the last reading too. Page of Swords is all about being a student, learning, okay? Being innocent. A lot of times people refer to the Page of Swords as being like someone watching, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sometimes, you know, we collectively have altered the meaning of the card to the point where now, you know, Spirit probably uses it for that. Okay, it does. It comes through my readings too, but here's the thing is that I don't feel like that's necessarily the case. Maybe, yeah, somebody watched this unfold, or they are watching to see if you recover, you know what I mean? Okay, but at the same time, this is talking about being willing to be innocent, being willing to be a student and start fresh on something. 9 of Pentacles, okay? Stand on your own 2 feet, right? Self-soothe, get into a place of healing. You know, and when it comes to Page of Swords too, the pages were actually revered because it was a position of honor, because it means you're being inducted, okay, right? If that makes sense. Wow, 3 of Wands I just saw when I cut the deck, which also came up in the other reading. World card. This is about a brand new beginning here. You need to be optimistic, okay, about the way things are going to unfold for you later. Because here's the thing too, like no matter what age you are, you can always, okay, you can always have a new chapter. And what's crazy is like, I do feel like some of you out there, maybe some of you out there are kind of like in my age range where like, you know, you're younger, but you don't feel young. Okay. So you may forget sometimes that you still have your whole life ahead of you. And sometimes that might feel daunting if your life has been hard thus far, or you've suffered a lot thus far. Then sometimes maybe you feel like that's not a good thing. But trust me, it is, because you need to start looking at people who are in their older years or who are in their 30s and beyond. Okay, if you haven't hit that age range yet, and that's just for those who haven't, okay, anyone who has, maybe you should drop in the comments what your life has been like as far as like, you know, being able to explore new things, find a renewed sense of self. Because when you look at, you know, especially, I'll just say, like, I know these readings are gender fluid, they are, but I think especially older AFABs, assigned female at birth, women, okay, typically referred to as women, I feel like when you look at older women who like really embrace aging gracefully and decide to explore things that they want to explore and let go of the past and anything that's happened to them, or they start brand new businesses, or just, I feel like you need to look at people who are in those stages of their life and look at the way that they are navigating, the way that they are embracing and living fully. And I feel like it will inspire you. Like, I feel like really like emotionally impacted by that message. Wow. 2 of Pentacles coming out here. Okay. Getting back in balance, learning how to balance these different parts of your life, getting back on track financially, potentially as well. Wow. Dropping those burdens here. We have the Lovers in reverse too in the split. And that's kind of like, excuse me, almost like, maybe like letting go of the past decisions that you've made in love, and kind of like realizing that maybe, wow. Okay. So I had this message come through for me today, and I was just thinking to myself, from like the time I was like really young, I was always attracted to the troubled people. Like, seriously, I was always attracted to people who had a hard time, like either socially or, like academically, or with authority, whatever it was. I was always really attracted to people who came from a rough background or had like somewhat of a like edge to them, you know what I mean? People who are just like not atypical or neurotypical even, or and those were the types of people that I was attracted to, and like romantically attracted to, right? I had crushes on people who were like getting in trouble all the time, or like, you know what I mean? Were like, rebels in some way. And I had this realization today, and I'm sharing this with you because it's like forgiving yourself for past decisions on people that you've pursued romantically, specifically, because you're attracted to, if this resonates with you, I feel like if you come from a rough background, if you struggle in these categories, if this is something that you like, because of like childhood trauma or whatever, that this has impacted you, you're attracted to traumatized people. Okay. And it's because the trauma, you recognize it. Okay. It's more familiar. It's more attractive because maybe that's something your parents struggle with. You know what I mean? That's something you struggle with. And then you're attracted to familiar energy. Okay. And I know that can be hard to grasp. It might be hard to grapple with, because you're kind of like, well, but everyone deserves love, and so I'm attracted to those people, and that's totally fine. Yeah, it is totally fine. I think it's really sweet. I actually think that we need to, really embrace people, especially people who come from rough backgrounds, or, you know what I mean, struggle with trauma or whatever it is. They need love too, and we naturally feel compelled to show love. But here's the thing, is that sometimes people, when they do have those types of traumas, now I'm not saying that they don't deserve love, not at all, exact opposite. What I'm saying is that they may struggle in relationships. Okay, so they may struggle with forming, healthy bonds with people, and having, a secure attachment styles and all that sort of thing. So you may be choosing people who might not even be capable, okay, of loving you back, might not even be capable of being in a real relationship. And so there's many people, I feel like, especially if you struggle with trauma and abandonment or whatever it is that you've gone through, and then you're attracted to other people who have the same issues. And when I say issues, I mean it's unfair wounding that happened to them. It's not necessarily, but then it becomes their responsibility to heal. Yeah. So you kind of like, I feel like over time throughout life, it's like you wanted to embrace people. You didn't want to push people away who you knew had problems. It made you want to love them even more because of your big heart. Okay. But those people may have disappointed you and hurt you. And then, you kind of are like, wow, why am I always attracting the same types of people, right? Why am I always trying to get into relationships with emotionally unavailable people, or people who turn around and hurt me, or betray me, disappoint me, whatever. That's why. Okay, so one more card off the top, King of Swords. You have to hold better boundaries. Excuse me, guys. You have to hold better boundaries. That's it. You have to hold better boundaries. That's it. What do you think, Spirit? Okay, we're going to pull a couple oracle cards and close this out. Again, if you like the reading, please do hit that button. I know it can get a little deep in here, guys, but it's always for a reason. And thank you for being here and supporting me in my channel. It really means a lot, and I really love doing these readings for you guys. But it definitely does take a lot of time and energy, which of course is, you know, my choice to do this and pursue this. But if you want to see my channel grow too, and you want to help me eventually get to a place where, you know, this can be a solid part of my life or a source of income, like, please do. All that's in the description box. You can make donations. You can get personal readings with me. The best way to do it is to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, and come check out my live streams every Friday, where I answer your questions for free. Okay. And if it's slow, I can do follow-up questions, yada, yada. So please do come and check me out. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and check out these oracle cards. It's up to you to find beauty in the ugliest days. Everyone survives some super shitty days. There's lots of curse words in this oracle deck, by the way, heads up. But even when it comes to those crappiest of crap days, if you look back, you can pretty much always find something beautiful. Maybe someone was unexpectedly kind to you, or for a split second, the startlingly gold sunset made you forget your life was crumbling. Or perhaps there were donuts with sprinkles at your first AA meeting. The trick is to train yourself to spot the beauty in that very moment, aka real time. It makes the ugly days a little less ugly. That is so cute. I mean, I think that's really sweet because honestly, y'all, like, I gotta tell you, like, those are one of the few things that keep me going in life. You know what I mean? When things are tough, is finding the beauty. And so I think that's really, really sweet. So be a badass love beam today. That's right. Today it's your job to fill every room you go into with laser beams of love. If you can't do laser beams, then make your heart a bubble machine and fill the room with bubbles. If that doesn't work for you, then you should bring donuts to work. Again with the donuts. Okay. Donuts make almost everyone happy. Go forth with your mission, grasshopper. Okay. So not only is it beautiful that you want to love people despite their struggles, or love people even because of their struggles. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful fucking thing. It's like you just need to find that balance, okay, between giving and protecting yourself also from some of the things that people may do. You may also, I mean, you may even love people who struggle with addiction. You know, there may be people in your life, in your family, or, you know, in your circle who struggle with addiction. And it's like, you want to love them in spite of that. But you have to realize that, unfortunately, addiction can make people do some pretty messed up stuff. Okay, if they're not getting their needs met, if they're not getting their addiction filled, then, you know, they can do a lot of harmful things as far as, you know, like they can steal from you. You can't trust an addict around your purse, and that sucks, but it's just the truth. And I'm really not trying to label. I'm just trying to say that you need to hold healthy boundaries with people who are struggling in certain ways, because, you know, you may open yourself up for being taken advantage of. Okay, so sometimes crushing it means asking for help. Okay, this is important too for anybody out there who is struggling. So only fools or suckers think they can do it all on their own. Ask for help, then take the help. Let other people be a part of your success. Don't be stingy about letting people share in whatever kick-assery you create. Every real baller has a crew. Also, you don't know everything. That's just a fact. Isn't that crazy? Being willing to be a student, having some level of lack of knowledge here, and maybe being able to find that knowledge or whatever it is you need through community. Like, that came up in the reading. So this is honestly a beautiful reading. I really hope that somebody out there got something out of it. You know, I really, really appreciate bringing these messages, y'all. And I think that truly this is really about you healing, moving on from the past, and embracing the new life, the new you, this big baller energy, okay? And being able to share it with others. Fuck yeah, y'all. Let's do it. Let's work together. All right. I love it. Also, if you have any endeavors that you're doing right now, drop it in the comments. Like, I want this to be a space where that we can support one another. And I want it to be a space where that you feel like, you know, you can be seen and appreciated too. So, you know, maybe you're a tarot reader, you have a channel, or you're starting your own business or something, like drop it in the comments. You can put links in the comments, all that sort of thing, and I will totally support you on that. So awesome. Thanks so much, y'all. I gotta go, but I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Please do hit those buttons. Check out my link tree for all my other socials, and I will see you all again next time. Thanks. Bye.